about things like this, but they never seem to happen to me.
I'll tell your mother on you.
My mother? She's way up there on the corner.
Well, then I'll call the police.
Well, the police? Well, they're way downtown, and besides, they'd be on my side anyway.
Well, then I'll scream.
Maybe I could sell tickets. I tell you what, Mary, in order for you to get this robe...
George! You gotta come home quick. Your father's had a stroke.
Hi. Mary, I'm sorry, I've got to go.
We've got to hurry, George.
Did you call the doctor?
Yeah, Campbell's there right now.
Good. Let's go see him. It was nice of you to come, Mr. Potter.
Well, I'd say your father was a building and loan in Bedford Falls, George.
I agree, Mr. Potter.
But he was no businessman, and that's what killed him. No disrespect intended. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without any common sense can ruin a small town. So that's why at the next meeting of the board of directors, I am going to make a motion.
A motion?
That's right. A motion to dissolve the institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to receivership.
Now, Mr. Potter, you can't do that.
Yeah, now you take this application that the board's supposed to act on today, for Ernie Bishop. That fellow walks around town all day long delivering our mail. Usually late because he stops and talks to everybody on the route. But anyway, I happen to know that the bank turned down his loan application. Yeah, he came to the building and loan, and we're willing to build him a house worth $5,000. Why?
Well, I handled that, Mr. Potter. You have all of his paperwork there, his salary, his insurance information, and I can personally vouch for his character.
Oh, so he's a friend of yours?
Yes, sir.
And if you're a friend of the manager, you can borrow money. But what has that got to do? And what does it get the building and loan? Nothing but a dissatisfied, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. All because a few starry-eyed dreamers like your father stir them up and fill their heads with impossible ideas.
Now, you wait just a minute, Mr. Potter. You wait. You're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started that cheap penny-ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anyone else can say anything about his character. In the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this institution, he never once thought of himself or saved any money. But he did help a few people out of your slums, Mr. Potter. What's wrong with that? This rabble that you're talking about? They're the ones that are doing most of the working and the paying and the living and the dying in this community. So what's to say that they don't work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Is there anything wrong with that? Well, my father didn't think so. To him, people were human beings, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, Mr. Potter, my father died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book, young man. I'm talking about the building and loan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Good day, Mr. Potter. I'll see you at the meeting.
But you're not on the board.
Yeah, but I hold my father's proxy, and I can attend. And I can cast a vote.
Get me out of here.
The way I
Sentimental
look at it-
hogwash. I'm still going to make that motion, and then we'll see who has the power in this town.
You spoke eloquently at that board meeting, and they voted Potter down.
Yes, but on one condition I hadn't planned on.
Yes, that you take your father's place. And you did. And you gave the money for Harry, and you gave the money to college to Harry and sent him off to college.
And Harry, he became a great football star. You know, he made second team All-American.
And you? You got 4 years older.
That's for nothing.
How are you, Mother?
What are you doing, George? Wishing on the moon?
No, I've given up on that. I'm just out getting some air.
Well, did you know that Mary Hatch is back for school?
Mm-hmm.
She came back 3 days ago. Nice girl, Mary. The kind that can help you find the answers. Well, can you give me just one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary?
Oh, sure, Sam Wainwright.
Oh,
Yeah, Sam's crazy about Mary.
well, she's not crazy about him.
Well, how do you know? Did she tell you?
No.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, I've got eyes, haven't I? And she just lights up like a firefly whenever you're around.
Oh, Mother.
And besides, Sam Wainwright's away in New York. And you're right here in Bedford Falls.
So all's fair in love and war, eh?
Yeah?
Mother, you know I can see right through you, straight to your back collar button. All right, fine then. Here's your hat, and what's your hurry? All right, Mother, old building alone pal. I'm gonna go out and find me a girl and do some passionate necking.
George.
Now, which direction is it? This way?
George.
Good night, Miss Bailey.
Hello, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, Vi. How are things down at the old-fashioned permanent wave shop?
Well, they're not a tidal wave yet, but I've got some city mothers coming in, thanks to you. What gives with you?
Nothing.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I thought I might end up down at the old library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Why, yes. Yes, I do. Say, Vi, what are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
What do you say? You want to make a night of it?
Oh, I'd love it, Georgie. What do we do?
First we can kick off our shoes, go out to the field, and we can run through the grass.
Huh?
And then we can climb up to Mount Bedford, all the way up to the falls. We can smell the pines. We can watch the sun rise against the peaks. Stay out all night. The whole town will be talking.
Walk in the grass in my bare feet. George, have you gone crazy? And Mount Bedford? Well, who would want to hike all the way to the top of Mount Bedford? It's got to be a 10-mile hike at least.
Well, fine then. It was a crazy idea anyway.
You're telling me. Good night, George.
Well, there you are.
Oh, hello, Mary. I was just out for a walk and happened to be passing by.
Yes, so I've noticed. Have you made up your mind yet?
How's that?
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
About paying a visit? Your mother phoned and said you were on your way over.
My mother called. Well, how did she know?
Well, didn't you tell her?
Well, no, I didn't tell anybody. I was just out for a walk and happened to be passing by. Say, when did you get back?
Tuesday.
Where'd you get that dress?
Do you like it?
It's all right. I thought you'd end up in New York and stay up there with Sam and Angie and the rest of them.
Well, I worked there a couple of vacations, but I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
Homesick? For Bedford Falls?
Well, yes, and my family and, everything. Are you gonna come over?
Well, I guess for a minute, but I want you to know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming over here.
Would you rather leave?
Well, no. I mean, I don't want to be rude.
Well, come on over. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight?
and dance by the light of the moon.
Mary? Mary! Who's out there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What does he want?
Well, I don't know. What do you want?
Me? Not a thing.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
You tell him to go home right this minute. And don't you leave this house either. Sam Wainwright promised to call you from New York tonight. Here he is now. Good night, George.
I guess I'd better be going.
Wait, don't go.
Mary, get the phone.